right, so moving on into 10-6, we're just going to solve problems with our angles. So let's check out, do we have the launch on here with the dog in the backyard?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. All right. We've got this dog. My friend over the weekend actually just adopted a new dog. His name is Redmond. I'll try to show you a picture here. I don't know if she... I'll pull up her Facebook. Yeah, it's literally just texting just with pictures, but actually now they have words too. So, my dogs, Sebastian especially, has decided that he likes to bury things, and he is preferencing my horseshoe pit. So I'm getting quite aggravated. He keeps digging up my horseshoe pit and burying things in it. But a lot of dogs do this. So this dog has 2 different bones strategically buried. Now we see the patio door where his leash gets clipped on. We see where bone 1 and bone 2 is. And I know that the amount of degrees from the line on the house, like from the patio door to the window, up to where bone 1 is, that's 53 degrees. So look at the different angles formed by the leash in the house. How many degrees apart are bones 1 and 2? How many degrees apart are bone 1 and window 2? And how do we know these things? Well, what should you first, without having to solve anything, you should just observe and identify something. Well, there is a right angle, which will give you 90 degrees. And then we know our 53 degrees, that's already given to us. How do I solve for the angle between bone 1 and bone 2? Franny, what do you think? Eli?
So the whole thing is 180 degrees, so add that 30 and 50 and subtract that from 180.
So Eli's saying the whole thing is 180. We could add up the angles that we know and take it away. Now we could. Or we could work a little bit easier. Thomas, do you know my little bit easier way?
You could do 90 minus 53.
This side right here is going to be 90. So what we see is a complementary pair. So if I make this angle some unknown, we'll call it x, x plus 53 has to equal 90. So all I really have to do is take 53 away from 90 and find out that it is 37 degrees. And then I can come back and say, actually, you are 37 degrees. So, anyone ever look at the railroad crossing sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that creates a lot of supplementary angle pairs. So determine which statement about the diagram is true or false. 8 angles each measure 180 degrees or less. Cassidy, what do you think? 8 angles measure 180 degrees or less. Ariana?
Weren't there 2 questions on the one? Like, and then how?
Oh, yeah, we would just add, sorry, I'm trying to move quick. We would just add the 90 with the 37 to get the next angle.
I was just asking to make sure I wasn't crazy.
No, you're not crazy. At least not too crazy.
Oh, thank you.
Something that most of us continue to miss. How many angles are there over here?
5.
Way more than 4.
6.
There's more than 8, but we don't care about beyond 8. When I add angles 3 and angles 4 together, that creates a new angle. When I add angles 4 and 2 together, that creates a new angle. When I add angle 2 and angle 1 together, that creates a new angle. When I add angle 1 and angle 3 together, that creates a new angle. So, when I look at the question, 8 angles measure 180 degrees or less. Thomas?
It's true.
It's actually true. Angle 4 is acute. Angle 1 is obtuse. Divine, what do you think? False. What would angle 1 actually be then? It would also have to be acute. They are vertical. Katie, if angle 2 measured 90 degrees, then angle 3 would equal angle 4. If angle 2 was 90, so if this was a 90 degree angle, then 3 would be 90. Well, what would angle 4 be? Don't trust what it looks like. Trust what it's telling you. If I drew this again, but made angle 2 90 degrees, Katie already said, well, then angle 3 would have to be 90. But if those are both 90, this would have to be 90, and this would have to be 90. So actually, they would all be equal.
45.
Not 45. They would all be equal at 90. They would all be equal to 90. Measure of angle 1 plus measure of angle 3 equals measure of angle 2 plus measure of angle 4. Oriana? True. Because they're both supplementary pairs. Eli. Angle 1 plus 2, then minus the sum of angle 3 plus 4 equals 0. So think about the sum of measure of angle 1 and angle 2, and then the sum of 3 and 4. So if you look at 1 and 2, what will 1 and 2 measure? 180, right? When I look at 3 and 4, what will 3 and 4 measure? 180. So does that equal 0? That does equal 0. There's a lot of truth in this world. Trust Gil. If you're on our side of foundations, trust Gil. He's the honest politician. So, back to the lesson. We got to get this done so that you guys can have a work day tomorrow. If angle 2 up here is a 90-degree angle, which of these are true? Angle 1 would equal angle 3. Angle 1 plus angle 3 equals angle 2. Or if 3 is acute, then 1 is obtuse. Bella, your card was next, so what were you saying?
Oh, I said that we know that number 3 is not true.
We know that number 3 is not true. Why?
Because they're like, I forget the word, but they're right next to each other. Perpendicular? Vertical.
They're not vertical.
They're not vertical. They're
1 and 3 cannot be vertical. They're not supplementary. Crystal, was that a hand up? Was that a hand up? Isaiah? 1 is not true either. Think about this. If I move this angle anywhere, let's say that I move this side this way, that would move this side this way because angle 2 has to stay 90. 3 and 1 are not necessarily the same. But if I think about adding up angle 1 and angle 3, what would angle 1 plus angle 3 be equal to? 90. What's angle 2 equal to? 90, so this would be true. Number 2. 1 and 3 are complementary. They, as a pair, will make 90. This is false because neither of them can be obtuse. That's impossible.
Would something that would help this if we continue the lines that go from 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can always continue the lines like in your head or on the paper, draw a dotted line. So you can continue where that would go and you could continue where that would go and kind of get more of a visualization. I don't even have these notes. Whether or not you believe in aliens, I don't care. What you should believe in is there are some weird things that happen around our planet every now and then. So this is out, I forget what desert it's in.
I know it's in
You guys ever heard about this?
Yeah,
It's on
no.
It's in
They're the what? Nazca lines.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Nazca lines.
So,
Yeah.
so if we looked at a map from above and overlaid some lines, drew some lines on the map. So if we drew a line that followed the legs, and we drew a line that followed like what looks to be a path. I think these are things moving around underground, but that's just me. So we can see some angles. So angle 1 equals angle 2, they say. So in the diagram, angle 1 equals angle 2. What are angles 1, angle 2, and angle 3? Now the problem with finding angles 1 and 2 is 1 and 2 together would be vertical with this angle x. But I don't know how much x is. So I need to use the other parts of the map to solve for x. What part of the map lets me solve for x, Bella?
86 degrees down in the left corner.
86 degrees down here is vertical to x minus 8, so they must be equal. So the first thing we want to do is say x minus 8 equals 86. What would I want to do on both sides to get the x by itself? Luke? Add 8. That makes x equal to 92. Sorry, 94. She was right. I was thinking the 6s. So what that tells me is this up here is 94 degrees, which it looks pretty darn close to 94 because it looks just bigger than a right angle. Now, if 1 and 2 are equal, do what? Yeah, if they're equal, both of them will be half of the 94, so they'll both be 47. If they're equal, they both have to be half the 94. We get that they are 47. Now that still leaves me needing to find angle 3. We found angle 1 was 47 degrees. Angle 2 was 47 degrees. We need angle 3. Well, shoot. Angle 3 is down here. Can't really see that. And it is in a relationship with an angle that involves y. Well, we don't know y yet, but I do know that 2y is equal to 90 degrees. So what's 1y going to be? 45. So if I plug a 45 in over here, what's 3 times 45? 135 plus another 20. That tells me that this is actually 155. So what would be the supplement to 155?
25.
Another 25 degrees. So if angle 3 was 25 degrees, then this would all work out. You just have to see what relationships exist. What can I do with them? Questions, comments, concerns on any of this? Bless you. All right, check the got it. Figure this out. We'll give you probably about a minute and a half. This will be the last thing that we get to today. All right, all I'm going to do is show you guys the answers for this. The solution thing keeps not wanting to work. What would X be here? Anyone solve it? So 1 is 46. What's X? 19.5. Anyone agree with that? Do we need to check it tomorrow? All right, we'll start by checking this tomorrow, and then we will just have a work day. So please go ahead and try both homeworks. Let me know some feedback.